We are live for Game 2 here at Dwyer Field in the Grimes Bowl. Youth football between East Central Trojans and the Mason Comets, both in second grade. My name's Isaac Varga alongside Daniel. And Daniel, we had a great first game. It was a Comets great offensive game. This should be a great second game. What are you expecting?
Absolutely. You're expecting with a little bit of a higher grade level, a little bit cleaner football offensively and defensively. And we'll see if we have a shotgun look for this team again. So you see the Comets, you want to get off of that little head of steam that the team before you got and have a good day of football.
Absolutely. As we get ready to start this second game, 20-minute halves. This Comets again in the shotgun. A good snap there. Taking the right side. Couple juke moves, but back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback for today is King Bello. It's a nice name there. He's got the hair out here today.
And he ran into a wall of Trojans. You like seeing that pursuit from East Central there on that first play. And you're seeing with Velo, the quarterback, he has some speed to him as well. He got that direct snap, was able to, get to the outside, but able to be pursued nice by the defense. They stop him after, just a little bit of a gain, only one.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the first game, that kindergarten and first grade, it's kind of the first year you play organized football on the field. And these guys have a year under their belt. So you should see a couple different moves that you saw in that first one with Bello making a good play.
So have number 2, Grant Bowen in the backfield right beside him.
Tough guy to get down. If he'll get it here. Try and take it to the outside, cut it back in. Big hit, still lunging forward to be about a gain of 3. As we'll head down to the field for some player introductions here for the second graders.
My name's King, and I play quarterback.
My name is Grant. I play running back and defensive end.
My name is Grayson Rosado. I play defensive end and running back.
My name is Jose Moreno, and I play defense.
My name is Bryson. I play running back and corner.
My name is Harrison, and I play linebacker.
My name is Luke Ralston, defensive line.
My name is Brock, and I play defensive line.
My name is Marshall, and I play linebacker.
My name is Brogan. I play linebacker. My favorite football player is Chad Johnson.
My name is Finley Wardeneshi. I play D-tackle, and my favorite player is Miles Wardeneshi.
My name is Charles. My position is corner and running back.
My name is Braylon. I play running back and corner.
My name is Weston Johnson, and I play linebacker.
My name is Duke Osborne. I play quarterback. 6'10".
As the Comets have a 3-and-out to start the game, it'll be East Central to start their first possession.
And I'll tell you, Isaac, my favorite part of the Grimes Bowl is those player introductions. You always get some funny ones, getting to know the guys. You can have some guys who, might potentially forget what position that they're playing.
Absolutely.
Having some fun out there on those introductions. But Comets, able to be stopped on third down. We'll see how this East Central offense will look.
Same looking formation as game 1. This will be a jet to the outside. Good tackle there. Ball carrier number 44, Barrett Luby.
And tackled by Duke Osborne for the Comets. Number 52. Look at 44, Luby. That is a unit there in the backfield.
Yeah, definitely a business decision for Osborne to take him down, but he was there.
He laid a good hit into him. That's it's going to be an intimidating kind of play having that open field tackle, but Osborne dropping the shoulder, making a nice play.
So move to the outside there. Same formation. Another good tackle there from the Comets. This time on the tackle be number 52, Duke Osborne again.
At least Osborne is another Grant Bowen had forced that pressure, caused him to go inside. Look what you're seeing from Duke Osborne. There is another Osborne in the game before, but Duke flying around there on the left side, had to kind of run around. The ball was going towards the middle, but more towards the right side, and he was able to just fly in and make a play.
And you just look at the intensity from both of these guys running up to the line on offense and on defense, pursuit of the ball. This will be the same formation. Hands it off, a little trouble at the snap. It would be another small game. Quarterback Jackson Wheat for East Central today. It'll be about a 4th and 6. We'll see if East Central look like it. Looks like they will. They'll go for it.
So Mason fans start to give some cheers, some let's go defense chants. The big playing coming for both sides. Gotta like the uniforms for the Comets, all whites. I actually have not seen a Comet team with a uniform style like this going out in the all white. It's gotta feel the best out of any out there in the sun.
Looks pretty smooth just from up here. It's the same uniforms down there for the Trojans with the all black. So we'll see if the Trojans and Wheat can get this 4th down conversion, move a man in motion. It's a fake going to 44, big stop. Comets will hold, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Comets build a wall before the 1st down marker, and it's a turnover on downs.
That was a huge play. Grant Bowen, one of the few guys in on there. Weston Johnson, 43. As well as Braylon Lawson, number 31. That is just perfect pursuit from the Comet defense. Your defensive coach, you're seeing some amazing playing from your defense so far just to start this one out.
Even saw Kieran Pender get in there at the end of it. The Comets will have it in plus territory on the Trojans field to even start. And looks like it'll take a second for the Comets to get all situated. This time instead, it looks like for kindergarten, 1st grade, they had a couple plays memorized that they kind of went with. But for this 2nd grade game, they got a play sheet that they go to.
Yeah, you start to get into this type. You start seeing the more different play calls. It's still relatively, pretty basic for what you're going to see for both of these teams. But you're able to mix it up a little bit. We saw with East Central, they kind of went with that jet sweep about every play. And now we'll see a little bit of a difference. Comets already getting this in plus territory.
Out of the shotgun. Bello will try and stiff arm his way, but what a tackle and a wrap-up. Big play on the sideline. Gets up all good. But just look at the intensity. It looks like it's going to be a defensive battle on the outside.
That was Nolan Bice there in on that tackle. Nice open field. Able to get low, wrap around right below the waist. That's where you got to go. My dad was a huge defensive coach. He always said, you're not going to tackle somebody if you go and grab at the shoulders. You got to get down low. That's how you're going to get someone who, whatever their size is. It doesn't matter, what the running back or the runner's build is. If you're able to get low, get at those knees, drive your shoulders into that area, you're going to get them down. That's a nice job there.
Yeah, and Bello tried going with the stiff arm, but as you said, if you're going by those knees area, you're not going to be able to stiff arm someone. So it's another short play for the Comets. Just about 11 minutes left in this 1st half. It's been a very slow game for both sides, trying to figure it out on the offensive end. Motion to the corner. Big hit again, just charging into Trojan defenders. On the rush, be number 4, Grayson Rosado on the end around.
And that was Nolan Bies again in there on that big hit. It's a nice little play. Kind of ran right into him. May have, gotten dinged up a little bit on just that huge run-in, but you're seeing with Buys 19 just a nose for contact here so far.
Yeah, something you love to see. Instead of going around the defender, he just went right into him, trying to initiate the contact. This would be about a 3rd and medium for this Comet team. You'd assume, unless it's a big deficit play here, the Comets are gonna look to go for it.
Yeah, you're in 4-down territory on the opposite side of the field. Punt puts the other team at the 35, so you wouldn't be losing much. So, got to be thinking 2 more plays, but you're also thinking 1st down on this.
Looks like it's Sparks taking the snap. It'll just be a Wildcat penalty down on the play. It's going to be a false start on the Comets, and that's what we were talking about. Trying to get in that 4-down territory. Little bit of movement there on that right side. Grayson Bowen, the big frame in the backfield, trying to get that run. Just under halfway left in this first half of play, in the second game of many here in these 2 days at the Grimes Bowl youth football.
False start on there on the right side. It looked to be, I think, 68.
That's going to take the Comets way behind the sticks this time. It's going to be a 3rd and 14. Going to need a big play. Still have seen all runs today. We'll see if the Comets decide to do a little trickeration. Maybe a low pass possibility. So it can be Bowen and King in the backfield. King will take the snap here. All the coaches talking to their players. As Bello would take one to the outside. That's a lot of room, lots of speed. Bello to the outside of the stiff arm, wrapped up around the 20-yard line, but a huge chunk play for the Comets. Just look at this. Great blocking there from number 2 for this Comet team. Grant Bowen was in the backfield, but also willing to block his way.
And there we see Bello. There's the first big play of the game for either side. He's able to get through to the right side. Saw a hole, was able to follow his blockers very nicely. And that's going to get the Comets in towards the 20. This ball will be placed directly on the 20-yard line, see if they're able to generate some points.
About 7 minutes left in this half. Haven't seen any timeouts taken by either side in today's game. 3 from each team are allowed. It's motion, trouble with the snap. Bello takes it, trying to find his way. Good tackle there from number 19, Nolan Boz. And these East Central defenders are ruthless down there when they see a guy with the football.
Bulge, number 22, was also in on there, forcing him in to Nolan Buys. There's the snap miscues that we've seen a couple of times. Look to potentially be a jet sweeper, maybe even a keeper. But it takes the Comets back.
Comets coaching staff will try and get their players in order here. It's Coach Todd down there for the head coach of the second grade team. So snap, hands it off. Big run trying to take it inside, take it to the outside. Big play is tackled by a barrage of Trojans.
And Bowen, right when he got it, he ran into number 38, Holton Meyer, and had to make a little bit of a move. He was able to just do a great job of not getting down behind the line of scrimmage. See, he gets this, and Holton was able to just fly right in there, but ran into a little bit of a block, like a pick, like you would see in basketball, that style of block.
Hey, anything you can do at this level to free yourself. As the Comets 3rd down and long again. Seems like for sure 4-down territory. But we'll see what the Comets will like to do. You'll hope for no false starts, as that's what yielded the Comets to have a big play on 3rd down last time. A little bit of a different formation here from the Comets. 2 in the backfield. Be Bello and Bowen. It's going to be another false start on the Comets. Something you don't want to see. I mean, we only saw 1 penalty for the kindergarten and 1st grade, but there's a little different formations when it comes to the 2nd grade. More motioning, different kind of things like that can cause that false start that we've seen in this possession for sure.
Absolutely, and those false start penalties are really going to eat you up mentally and being at this low level. You just got to remember the snap count. That's the fundamental of it, and just, those things you're going to learn from it. Those types of penalties are going to happen. A lot of people are going to fall victim to
As
it.
the ball's loose, Comets had trouble with the snap. And it looks like it was supposed to be a handoff, but as we can see here, a little bit of miscommunication. Comets handed it off. Number 30, Charles Todd, tried to corral it, couldn't, and it's going to be a 4th and long. Looks to be the first timeout of the game. Timeout called on the Comets. It's going to be their first of the day. Just about 3 minutes left. Daniel, 4th and 17. Obviously, a kick is not in the equation, but here at the 27, what are you expecting the Comets to do here?
Yeah, you don't think you have any sort of kicking prodigy on the 2nd grade team, but you're still 2nd grade. You're not seeing any passes this low. So you got to think you try and get something to the outside. You've seen it happen and work once before with your quarterback in King Bello, and you have that wide open left side. But I think it happens a lot of times today when the Comets have tried to go to the left side. They run right into Nolan Byes, number 19. He's been locking down that sort of strong side, or that wide open side of the field. So we'll see what Coach Todd and the Comets can dial up here. Preferably, you want to get something to the outside.
Yeah, and that's something that the Comets have done a good job so far in the spots that they've needed a big play. Like, for example, earlier in the drive, a 3rd and 14, King Bello got a big play, getting it to the spot, but so far they haven't had this big of a play. As if the trouble with the snap, it's not a good play there from the Comets. A little bit of miscommunication. Grayson Rosado taken down. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Just about under 3 minutes to go in this half. It's been a defensive showdown.
It's the first that we've really seen from Rosado getting the direct snap there. It's just defensive, just firepower from the Trojans, able to collapse it in the backfield very quickly. And you said it earlier, Isaac. It looks like we're getting a defensive battle. No overtime in these games, so you wonder if potentially we get something around a 0-0 or maybe just a 6-0 sort of game, because right now that's what this game is looking like it's going to end up being.
Yeah, the Comets in the first game put up a big 18 spot, and that's something you definitely don't see with how many possessions that these teams get, but you can definitely see a 0-0 score. The Trojans still going with this under center look. The Comets have done a good job of holding it off so far. We'll see if they can right now. Wheat's still under center. Comets getting guys on the field. Rosano checking in to end it. It'll be another end around. Comets trying to sniff it out, but a good play taking to the outside. A ginormous play for the Trojans. Number 28, Crew Gillespie, showing off the breakaway speed. And just as we're talking about 0-0, the Trojans get on the board with a ginormous play to end the first half.
Yeah, Crew Gillespie just had that quickness in him towards the outside. Had to kind of sit and wait for something to open up here. So we look at this replay. He's able to turn it up the middle. And after he breaks that tackle, he is just free. No one is catching Gillespie down the sideline. Bello, the only one in pursuit there towards the end. It's a big play there for the Trojans, and now they sit in the lead.
Yeah, and as you said, Crew Gillespie kind of had to wait for his blocks, but his blocks got in there quick. Great pursuit there from the Trojans, just getting those blocks. But, man, Gillespie's speed, you can just tell that the coaching staff knows if he can get him free on the outside, no one on this Comet team can catch him. So we'll see if the two-point conversion, the Trojans can get on the board. In the first game, the Comets went 0 for 3 on the two-point conversion. It seems like a big play here. If the Comets can get in the end zone, it could be the difference of who can get the two-point conversion. Clock stops for the two-point conversion. Be Wheat in the backfield again. Motion will be a fake. Inside, and they'll get it. 44, Luby, one of the biggest guys on the field. Great design there. It was a fake, and Luby ended up taking it. And look at Wheat hand it off and then trying to take it in himself.
A little bit of trickery. That's a great job there from the Trojans, able to kind of mask who's getting the ball. You looked like the quarterback was taking it, and then all of a sudden, Luby is sitting there in the end zone with the ball. So there's the first two-point conversion we've seen today. It looks like it's only going to be worth one, so that makes it 7-0 for the Trojans.
Yeah, just about 20 seconds remaining. Comets still coming back from that from that one-point conversion. The clock is gonna go down. Looks like the Comets are gonna hustle up and try and get this last play of the half just before the clock goes. Coaches are scrambling their way, trying to get everybody in position.
I think you got
6 seconds.
You gotta let them get one play out.
Bowen not knowing where he's supposed to go. Bello gets it off at the last second. Trojans didn't really know that the play was happening. Bello to the outside. He's just going to take it into halftime.
And number 1, King Bello pushed out of bounds.
A low-scoring first half ends with East Central on top 7-0. We'll be back in the second half for more action here at the Grimes Bowl.
To their sides to get a game plan for the second half. Keep in mind it is lunchtime. Make sure you visit the concession stand. We got plenty of selections out there. We have Coke products, cheeseburgers, walking tacos, pretzels, pizza, candy, lots of candy, right?
Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm the founder of Boxful. I created Boxful out of love for a friend. During COVID, a close friend of mine lost her mom, and as were the times you couldn't really get on planes or attend funerals. I sent her flowers because you send flowers, but it felt empty and not personal enough. And I'm a hugger, and had I been there, I would hug her. So I was looking for any gifts hug-related and didn't really come across anything until I saw a teddy bear with long arms. And I thought maybe I could send her a bear hug. So I attached the arms to the box flaps. I wrote a little note about how I wished I could be in the box to hug her, but since I couldn't, to hug this bear instead. It got such a great response, and she obviously felt loved. And I thought, maybe there are other people looking for a thoughtful option other than flowers. For me and with Boxful, it's really important that we have this opportunity to connect people across the country, across the world, in happy moments and sad moments, when you can't be there in person, to comfort and hug the ones you love.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. 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 Woo.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
It's important to get a flu shot each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick, and if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
Our first item of business is a presentation, which is a swearing in of a new officer.
A freeze-on mayor with Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas. Brings it himself inside the tent. Touchdown, Marymount. From the top of the key, Anna Habra ties the score.
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more,
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
Back for the second half action here in Game 2 of the Grimes Bowl. East Central leads Mason 7-0 with the touchdown at the end of the first half. My name's Isaac Varga alongside Daniel. And Daniel, so far, it's been a first half defensive battle. What are you seeing in both of these teams to get such defensive insurance?
Yeah, you're seeing two defenses that know what they're doing defensively. You see both the Comets, except for one play, be very locked down on that defensive side. And then for the Trojans, they've been great all day.
And the Trojans sticking with their end-around theme that they've had all day, trying to mix it up. Looks like they'll start just about a yard, maybe a loss of a yard to start off this second half. The Comets have done a good job defensively, just besides one play, that big play by Gillespie. Definitely someone to mark and make sure you can contain him the rest of the game, because you saw his breakaway speed. When he gets blocks, there's no one that's going to catch him.
Yeah, you have Gillespie who can get to the outside and use that speed, and we saw that speed good on that long touchdown. You also have Barrett Luby, number 44, one of the bigger guys out there on the field who, when you need yards to get up the middle, you're giving it to him.
Another stack package here. Looks like they try and get it to Luby, that they don't. Trying to find someone to hand it off to. Wheat just taking it himself. Common defenders, they were close. They could have just took that ball. It looks like Wheat trying to find answers. They're trying to find people, but just a little bit of miscommunication there for East Central.
We just looking around, so like, where did my guy go? It looked like it was a fake. I don't think it was gonna go to Luby because he didn't look confused after running through. Kind of took it like a fake.
Yeah, it looked to be a fake to Gillespie on the right side, and then Luby was supposed to come around on the edge, and it was supposed to be a handoff to the left. But I think it got a little mixed up there. It's a tough. I mean, we've seen in this first half, there's a lot of different formations. We've seen a couple penalties just because of the motioning and not really understanding that fully. Right here is 3rd and long. Comets have a chance to get off the field. Wheat. Motioning is Luby. This time they do hand it to him. Luby with the room and blockers. The Comets stand him up, in a good stand there from the Comets. It looked like for a second there Luby had a lane, but the Comets closed in quickly.
Absolutely. It's a sea of Comet defenders all going through and getting into there and making that stop. And for a guy like Luby, sometimes it's going to take a 1, 2, 3, 4, a bunch of guys going in there to try and get that tackle.
Yeah, one of the biggest second graders I've seen on a football field. But the Comets are not going for the challenge. They're going right at him.
It's me, 18 Brogan Sparks. They're one of the guys in there on the tackle along with all the others.
Looks like we'll flip sides here with 17 minutes left. The Comets getting the ball. Getting a stand quickly. It only took 3 minutes for the Comets to get off the field.
Yeah, now you see the offensive skill position sitting there with Coach Todd. You have a couple of possessions under your belt. You see what you're getting in this Trojan defense. It's going to be a challenge moving the ball. But the Comets, they've been able to do it. They've been able to string together a couple of first downs. It's just about being able to finish, getting into the end zone, and getting those points. To tie this game up, you're going to need a touchdown and get that extra point. The Comets, you have plenty of time. You can try and get a couple possessions in this second half, hopefully. But, going into a new half, and you want to now try and get this offense to get some groove going.
And you think that offense starts with King Bello trying to get his groove. He had a big run in the first half, but that was about it for this Comets offense. Trying to find a groove here in the second half. This time, King Bello looking to not get the snap. He's on that left side at the end of that blocking formation. Instead, it'll be the other man that's been in the backfield, Bowen. more of a hard runner as he take it. Ben tripped up. Grant Bowen, tough running with an 8-yard gain. Good start there for the Comets on offense.
Yeah, sometimes the defense like this, all you can do is just try and run right through them, and there Bowen does a nice job able to get a giant chunk of yardage there on first down. Can't move the sticks, but they're pretty close.
And kind of a broken play turning into a big play. And that's what you kind of need. The Comets, time not on their side, 15 minutes running clock. But plenty of time to get a tie game. But they do need that conversion, which is the big part of getting that conversion for the Trojans. Bowen will take it again, same style of play, weave in between tacklers. What a move to the outside. Bowen still going to the 45. And what a juke move there from the big man.
Absolutely. Get into that open field. You want to say, Coach, look at some of the moves that I can make. Gets out towards the right side. How about that? Makes some defenders trip over each other. Take another look at that. The running moves from Bowen. He's finally brought down by Nolan Byes. I feel like we've been saying his name plenty of times tonight.
Yeah, Nolan Byes has been everywhere. You can just tell just by looking at his pursuit, and he's not afraid to tackle anybody at any time. He's done a great job today.
Absolutely. I think he's been the MVP of this Trojan defense alongside with plenty of others. This team playing great as a unit entirely. With the Comets now, that big run, it gets them into enemy territory. Need to put together a nice drive here.
This time Bello in the backfield by himself. He'll take it. Trying to get to the outside. Finds blockers but loses the ball. The Trojans will pick it up and it's going the other way. A big hit on Bello will be a turnover. And just when you thought the Comets had momentum, it's going to the Trojans.
That is a crusher for the Mason Comets right there. 22, Dean Bullock able to get and jump right up on that. A big drive for the Comets ends in a bit of a disaster. That's a big learning moment for Bello right there about ball security.
And guess who was there on the hit? Nolan Byes was all over it. Great tackle there.
Like a mini Luke Kuechly out
Absolutely.
there.
It's what he reminds me of. Bello just getting a little bit of coaching up there. Oh, man, that's a huge stop for the Trojans as the Comets with Bowen and company are moving the ball pretty well after that first stop, and now momentum's all on the Trojan side.
And we talk about this Comet defense. Other than that one big play for the Trojans that came from Krug Gillespie for that big touchdown, this defense has been, having a very solid game. They've been able to, for the most part, stop Barrett Luby, number 44. He did get that extra point and has been able to get a couple nice runs. But this Comet defense, if you're able to contain that outside, try and get this ball back, see if your offense can redeem themselves.
You're just thinking about youth football. Bello in that linebacker position, so he can change things on the defensive end, get a little of that frustration out.
Yeah, he wants to make a big play here.
Just motioning to the right. It'll be a little bit of a flip to him. A good defense there from the Comets. Bello was one of the guys in there on the tackle. But another, again, like we said, the Comets have done a good job. A little of a pitch there.
And Nolan Byes on the run there, being a big two-way threat for this Trojan team. But that's a big thing for this Comet defense, is that whenever it's going up the middle, that secondary and that defensive line is, allowing themselves to make big plays there. So that's the big memo, is keep them inside, because your team is going to make plays and make big tackles when they're inside the hashes.
Second down here, just about 11 minutes. Another motion. This time almost dropped it, keeping it with the Trojans here. But, again, all that moving around, we a little bit flustered, trying to find who to hand it off to here.
Yeah, that ball almost went over his left arm there. Honestly, surprised he was able to pull that back in. That could have been really bad. Any sort of contact from a Mason defender or a teammate could have jarred that ball loose.
Good catch there to just keep it. Third down here, about a 3rd and 11. The Comets, you got to think all they got to stop is this run formation. Just make sure you're watching who has the football, and it shouldn't be a big problem. Need 11 year.
And this is not 4-down territory at all, so you might be getting this ball back if you can make a stop.
Another toss is going nowhere. The Comets defense are up for the task, about a yard on that play. It'll be about a 4th and 9. 9 minutes remaining. Comets do the first job, getting the stop. We'll see if the Trojans look to go for it. Right here, it looks to be that Coach Gillespie will try for it.
That is very surprising. We saw number 2, Grant Bowen, going in from behind, able to kind of stop the runner just a little bit for the rest of his team to get in there and make a play. Then they are going to punt the ball. I would have been very surprised, Isaac, if they had kept the offense out right there.
Yeah, especially with that play style. They've only had one really big play, and you're just banking on a big play, 8 yards to gain, especially on your side of the field. The Comets still have to get a touchdown and that conversion all in about 8 minutes, or else we'll have a tie game.
And I say, Isaac Memo going into this drive. Feed Grant Bowen, number 2. We saw him get hot a little bit on that at the beginning of that last drive. If he's able to keep that going, we could be on our way to potentially a tie game. But I think the big memo right now as well is also going to be ball security.
Yeah.
You cannot allow the defense, the Trojan defense, to force another turnover. That was the first turnover that we had seen tonight that didn't come off of, or today, that didn't come off of a 4th down.
All I can say is get away from the guy in the middle somehow. Nolan Baez, he's just been everywhere today. So we'll see if the Comets can get something going here.
Yeah, Nolan Baez and the rest of the team, he's definitely earned that cone of ice that they have out there on that truck down by the end of the track.
I think most of these kids deserve it, too, with how hot it is playing out there. But Nolan Baez might get that mega deal with how big those cone of ices can get.
Yeah, got to give big props to these kids, too, playing in this hot weather. That's even
be a
hotter.
run, a big run, still going on his feet, stiff-arming his way in a big run, taking down the whole team. Grant Bowen.
Grant Bowen, how about that? Look at this, breaking tackle
Grant Bowen, Crambonin. Comets will go to the 50. Just about 7 minutes remaining. Comets have it in midfield. Bowen's had a great game. Big run there. One of the biggest plays of the game for this Comet team. Number 52. Take it to the right side, trying to spin his way across defenders. Duke Osborne just came off the field on defense for an injury, but this time going on there on the offensive side just for a run there. About a 3-yard gain. The Comets got to have a little bit of urgency here with about 6 minutes left. They're playing for a tie, you'd believe, unless they get a big stop on defense.
And you like the way that this Comet offense has been moving the ball these past couple of drives. If it wasn't for that little mishap of fumbling the ball right a few yards into Trojan territory, we're looking at a very different ball game potentially. But right now, you're moving the ball well. Bowen is having an amazing few series. He just had that incredible run. Maybe, we had that huge touchdown run for the Trojans in the first half that came from Crew Gillespie, but I think that was one of the best runs that we've seen today, and that came from Grant Bowen. You know,
And I like how the Comets have had different guys in that Wildcat. We just saw Osborne. We've seen Bello today, and we've seen a lot more of Bowen this second half. Bowen will take it to the right side, try and find a lane, trying to find blockers in the middle, bouncing off tacklers. We'll see a penalty flag on the field just about a yard short of the first down marker. 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that's going to be a flag on the Comets, it looks like.
We'll see another replay here. Just look at Bowen just looking in between the tacklers. Mature runner there. Getting in between. Trying to find his way to this first down. Trying to get in the end zone. Comets will be a hold. It'll be second down and long. About 50 yards in about 4.5 minutes. Comets trying to get a big play here. Bowen, nothing doing. Still on his feet. Love the fight from Bowen, but the Trojans are not having it. It'll be about a yard. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Comets are behind the 8 ball for the third and long upcoming.
Yeah, Bowen is not going down off of that first contact. It's going to take a couple of guys going in there to make that kind of a play, but it's that good pursuit from the defense of the Trojans that's been able to get in there. You have that first guy who's able to kind of slow Bowen or whoever the ball carrier is down and allow the rest of those 10 to go in and swarm the ball carrier. It's putting the Comets in a spot they don't want to be in.
It'll be Bowen by himself in the shotgun. Good snap. Will hand off to Bello. Bello with another chance. Bello with a big play. Gets stomped down. Lost a helmet, number 18, Aro Ladoso. And he's down on the field. A big play with a lot of contact. It is a first down for this Comet team. The clock's running.
Yeah, it looks like.
Good sportsmanship there. Everybody on a knee will tend to Ladoso.
And you love to see that from both sides. Comets immediately sense what's going on down there. Immediately drop to a knee, show that sportsmanship. Gets a nice round of applause. Able to get up and able to walk off the field, so it looks like he'll be all right.
Clock will stop for the injury timeout. Good to see him going off the field. Helmet is off. So the Comets have it in plus territory here. 2:20, clock running. Trying to tie this game up. You would think this game either goes in favor of the Trojans or it ends in a tie. I don't think there's any way the Comets can really come out on top here unless they get a touchdown quick and a stops.
Yeah, this is likely going to be it for the game, this last drive. And that was a huge run there from King Bell, the quarterback. The first time we saw him really find some very open green grass.
Again, same formation that we've seen most of today. Bowen in the backfield by himself. Penalty flag on the field. Because again, we've seen it most of the day. Easton Kelsey, number 15. Penalty flag was thrown. Everybody was stopping. He was still trying to get some of his hit after, as we see on the replay here. Yeah, just movement on that left side. Look up the middle. It's going to stop. Look at the Kelson really got up that middle there. Try to get that tackle. Love the competitiveness. Clock will stop here. There'll be a timeout on the Comets. And you'd think it's just a timeout just to stop that clock.
Absolutely. I've just a little under 90 seconds left in this game just to try and get into the end zone, find something. You have that power to burst one off. You know, you've already seen, you know, Bello have some big runs. Grant Bowen has been a bulldog in the backfield. I think it's kind of the best way you can describe it about, you know, taking a bunch of guys to bring him down to the turf. See if they can break off a big play.
This time Bello, the only man in the backfield. He'll take it to that left side. Bowen blocking for him. Scoots his way. Getting back to the sticks. It'll be about a 2nd and 10. Comets trying to get back to the line quick. Just nearing a minute to go.
And the Comets running in hurry-up mode. Coach is just setting everybody up, saying we got to go, we got to go.
Chaos on the field. Teams are subbing. Coaches on the field. Trying to get their guys in position. 50 seconds to go. You'd think it's only a couple more plays. Bowen loses the ball, and the knee will be down. So only a couple yard loss. 40 seconds. It just seems like they're in such a quick mode that the Comets are just sped up a little bit, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's speed. You don't practice that a whole lot. The coach just put everyone together and just telling one guy, hey, take the ball and just run. Clock keeps running now, just under 15 seconds. Maybe time for just one last play. We'll see if the Comets, if they can break something off.
5 seconds. Coaches trying anything they can to get this last play. Cohen looking for answers, but it'll be tackled to finish the game.
And Bowen, it looked like he was almost looking to throw
there
on that final play. That just shows something that you might have to practice is that little bit of hurry-up tempo this week upcoming in practice. But you know, we just saw two very good football teams go at it in a very hard way. Both teams having some huge plays. It took that one huge run from Crew Gillespie for that big touchdown, and the Comets, or that Trojan defense, they just held on.
East Central wins this one in Game 2 of the Grimes Bowl, 7-0. We'll be back for Game 3 in just a little bit here at Dwyer Field.